Hi there guys, I'm Gilgari and I'm very excited to finally be playing Democracy 3. I've wanted this game for a very long time and I finally bought it. So yeah, I'm very excited for this and I hope you people will be too. Let's start a new game. Basically, Democracy 3 is a political simulator. So you pick a country and you run the entire government by yourself. So since Belgium isn't in this, I usually choose Germany and then I change it a little bit. Like having compulsory voting and a monarchy. Of course, we also get to name our party and the opposition party. So we will be the Minecraft Addict Party, and that's great. That's great. And our opponents will be the Smoking Ninja Party. It has all famous ninjas in there, like I don't know, Naruto. Well, he smokes a lot. So yeah, you start the game when you've won your election. This is basically all the problems you have to start with. So education is pretty good. So our education level is high. Health could be better. Our GDP, which is our gross domestic product, is, well, basically have none. And our unemployment is way too high, crime is a serious problem, and poverty is actually doing pretty well. We're not that high on poverty. Alright then, let's begin a term of office. So this is Democracy 3. It's basically a huge pile of buttons. So here you see our income and our expenditure. Here's our political capital. This is what we have to spend in order to change a policy. And if policies are very controversial, like for example I wanted to change the abortion law, then it's going to cost me a lot of political capital. So we pick one of these and we change it as much as we want. Let's first look at this. These are bad situations, these red things. If you hover over something, you get this overview where you see everything that's contributing to it in green, and everything that it's negatively influencing or that is getting down the situation in red. So basically, poverty and unemployment and crime, of course, are stimulating inner city riots, and that's actually pissing off conservatives. So yeah, we need to do something about that. But first of all, there's one thing I do in every democracy game that I always do first, and that's look at legalized prostitution and see if we can cancel that. I'm going to cancel the legalized prostitution. Every guy out there is going to be extremely pissed. Alright then, no, we don't need a tutorial. Our GDP has actually gone down thanks to that. That's awesome. So after you've taken your decisions and you've ended a quarter, you get this, a quarterly report that gives you all sort of information, like our credit rating is B. That's pretty bad actually. Then, well, there's not really a problem with the security. Cabinet report, well, most of our ministers are trustworthy and considered to be passable. And we estimate getting 54% of the vote. That's pretty good actually to start with. So our economy, of course, is in recession, and that is a huge problem. Alright, let's see. We also get a question each term that we'll have to answer. This is about freedom of information. There have been calls for a law to increase the availability of information held on databases about citizens without their knowledge. These include the records held by private medical companies, insurance companies, and debt collect agencies, as well as information held by government departments. So, will I reject it or will I propose a Freedom Act? Tough decision. These decisions usually are, well, pretty controversial. Well, I guess, well, it's going to piss off liberals, I think, and I really don't want to piss off liberals because those are the guys that literally killed me last time. Because I had police on every single corner of the street. It was just insane. So we'll have to pass the Freedom Act, I'm afraid, just because of my fear for liberals. They're doing pretty good right now, but I'm sure that's going to change. Believe me. Of course, capitalists are seriously pissed, but they're always pissed. the moment you change something, the first one that's like, hey, stop it, it's the capitalists, always. Alright, let's see what we can do. These are all problems we have, and of course we can also see that our expenditure is way more than our income. So we'll have to do something about alcohol abuse, which means we're going to have to take down the alcohol consumption, which means we are going to have to raise the alcohol tax. There are of course other ways, but this is far more fun because it also earns us a little bit of money. Let's see, this is about 4.36 billion, and now it'll be 2.33 billion. That's actually a lot. Let's apply changes. It only costs 9 to raise, so not really all that controversial. If I wanted to change this, the income tax, then everyone would get seriously pissed. Seriously, it takes like 30 to raise, and that's a lot, believe me. Alright, so alcohol abuse should go down. Let's look at inner city riots. Oh, that actually costs us a lot. So these problems also cost you money, and that's of course something that you can't really have in a government. Let's see, can we do something? This is internet crime, right? I can't see because of the intelligence service. What the hell? I think that's internet crime, but I can't really tell. Those are vigilante mobs. We're going to have to implement a new law. So you can also implement new laws over here. These are all possible laws you can implement. Like for example, a welfare fraud department. That'll actually earn us a lot of money. Well, not that much. About 500 million. Should I do this? I know it's popular with middle income, so... And middle income are generally pretty pissed at me, so... Yeah, and conservatives are also happy. Perfect. And the poor apparently are not. It barely cost anything to implement that, so we might even implement the second thing. Well, I think there's a problem about obesity here. Yeah, obesity is definitely a problem in our fake Belgium. So, actually, this junk food tax wouldn't be a bad idea. The first thing I'm doing is always implement a huge amount of taxes, just because of all of the problems we have. Law and order we'll have to work on. We're going to have to do something because there are a lot of issues in the law and order department. But first of all, we can have this junk food tax. It only costs 6, and maybe we can have something else implemented as well. Alright, so obesity takes a huge hit. This red actually means that it's decreasing obesity, so that's awesome. Poverty goes up a little bit, not too keen on that. Health goes up, that's good. The youth will be pissed at us, and poor earnings, but that barely counts, come on. When you implement a new policy, it's free to raise or lower it as much as you want, so we'll make a fair amount of money out of that. Alright then, can we do something else? The religions are pretty happy with us. Let's see if we can tackle any of the other problems. We've got an uncompetitive... Oh, that's actually reached the stop trigger. That's going to stop in a matter of turn. And I didn't even have to do anything. Thank God. Alright, so the uncompetitive economy, I don't think we'll do anything about that right now. Let's head on. I mean, we basically save up the political capital that we don't use for the next turn, so... Let's return to the government. Our GDP is still falling down, that's bad. The economy is still in recession. We're only getting 46% of the vote, so we've gone down a little bit. This game is actually really hard. If you want to play a bit... poverty is increasing? Damn it. All of those taxes. That's of course the problem we get. Alright, we've got a debt protection law. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. Should we limit their activity? I mean, well, it's not like they have to borrow money, especially if they can't repay it. But that's not always their choice. Then perhaps they got problems or something, and they really need money immediately. I don't know. No, let's limit the activities. I think that's the best call we can make for now. Let's see. Has this gone down? No, this hasn't gone down at all. Is it fully implemented? Yeah. Sometimes it takes a couple of turns for changes to take effect, but this should have only taken one turn of effect. Great. We're going to have to do something about that. I think we're going to have to increase community policing. alcohol abuse is going to take a serious hit from that. Liberalism will increase. Liberals will be happy. Crime will go down. Violent crime and racial tension, they'll all go down. It doesn't even cost us anything to raise it. We can do this for free. Awesome. Let's see. The police force. That's yeah, that's a pretty good one. Even more. It barely costs us anything to raise this. I always have this tendency of putting in a huge amount of laws for law and order, just to make things go smooth in that department, and then I get killed by like capitalists or liberals. Let's see. We don't really. If we've got ghettos, then this is actually pretty good to solve that situation, like gated communities and stuff. Internet censorship, not too keen on. Wiretapping, liberals will be pissed at us if we implement this. Like seriously, they'll be extremely pissed. All right. Still, if it gets down crime, then I guess it's worth it. I guess it's worth it. Yeah. See, liberals will take a dump. But crime will also go down. Let's apply changes. We're going to have to do something to please the liberals, because they're going to be seriously pissed at us. Alright, so let's go through. Crime has actually increased. Well, that's awesome. And we've had a priceless art theft. And our credit rating's been downgraded. And this is going well. Awesome. So we'll need to do something about unemployment and crime. Both of them have become a serious problem, and we've got a new bad situation on our hands. Street gangs. Not too keen on that. And our credit rating, of course, is only CCC. That's bad. We're only getting 35% of the vote. That's not really good. So yeah, I think I'm going to finish off here for this episode at least. I don't know if there will be any more episodes, of course. If you want me to, I'm going to be playing this game anyway, so just put a comment if you want me to continue playing Democracy 3. I'm going to continue playing anyway, but maybe you would want to see a series about this, I don't know. It may seem kind of boring to, well, most people, I guess. It also looked kind of boring to me, but the moment I started playing it, I thought, well, this is just awesome. I really, really like the idea of having my own government. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope I will see you next time. Bye.